Good morning, students. Students, do you like to read storybooks? Yes, even I do like. When I was of your age, I used to read many fairy tales and the stories from Arabian Nights. I guess you also must have read the famous stories like Ali Baba and 40 Thieves, Sinbad the Sailor, Cinderella, isn't it? So today we are going to discuss English Reader, chapter number 4, and the name of the chapter is Qasim's Old Shoes. And this story is taken from the collection of stories, The 1001 Night. Students, there was a girl named Shehzade. She was very beautiful and clever. She used to tell her husband, the king, one story every night. And thus Qasim's Old Shoes is one of them. So let's read the story. A rich miser, Qasim, lived in Baghdad. Qasim's arms are too short to reach his pockets, said one neighbor. He buries his money in the ground, said another. Perhaps he thinks it will grow like a plant. Qasim hides his money in drawers, said another neighbor. Does he think it will make his clothes smell sweet? So, students, there was a very rich miser whose name was Qasim. Okay, he lived in Baghdad. The people of Baghdad used to talk behind him. They used to make joke of him because he was too much miser. The people used to say that his hands are too short to reach to his pocket. And another neighbor is saying that he used to put his money inside the ground so that maybe he thinks that it will grow like a plant. And another neighbor is saying that Qasim hides his money in the drawer. Maybe he thinks that his clothes will smell good. So in this way, the people of Baghdad used to make fun of him. Qasim was too miserly to buy soap. And of course, he didn't buy new clothes. So Qasim was too miser that he didn't buy soap and new clothes also. Every time a hole appeared, Qasim mended it. Whenever there is a hole in his clothes, he used to mend it again and again. He wore the same shoes for 20 years. He mended them so often that they became huge and heavy. Everyone made jokes about Qasim's shoes. So students, this Qasim was wearing shoes since last 20 years. And again he used to mend his shoes. And because of that, his shoes became too huge and heavy. And everybody used to make fun of Qasim's shoes. Qasim had a bath once a year. One fine morning, he decided today is the bath day. He left his terrible old shoes on the steps of the bath and went inside. The servants were good at their job. They washed Qasim with soap and hard brushes and dried him with soft towels. They rubbed his body with sweet oil. It was hard work, but at last Qasim was posh and clean again. So, students, Qasim used to take bath once in a year. Okay? And one morning he woke up and he decided that today is the bath day. So, today I am going to take bath. See, he went to the pond, okay, and on the steps of the pond, he took out his shoes and put on the steps and went inside the water. And his two servants brushed him with soap and make him posh and clean again. Posh means he again became stylish and elegant. Meanwhile, another man decided to visit the baths. He took off his shoes and left them on the steps. He saw Qasim's shoes and said to the servant at the door, remove Qasim's shoes. At that time, another man came to take bath in the same pond, okay? And he also took off his shoes on the steps of the pond. And when he saw Qasim's that dirty and old shoes, he said to her servant to remove Qasim's shoes. The servant picked up the old shoes with long stick. He put them in the dark corner. When Qasim came out of the baths, he saw the other men's shoes on the steps. So the other man's servant, what he did, he put the Qasim shoes in the dark corner. Okay. And when Qasim came out from the pond, he saw that the other man's shoes on the steps of the pond, not his. Okay. This is wonderful, he cried. I have often wanted shoes like this. His feet felt as light as air in the new shoes. So what Qasim did, Qasim wore those other man's shoes, okay? And he was feeling very happy. He was telling that, wow, this is wonderful. I wanted the shoes like this only, okay? He was feeling very light. So Qasim wore the other man's shoes and he went. When the other man came out of the bath, his shoes were not there. He soon smelled Qasim's shoes and brought them out of their dark corner, and he went to Qasim's shop. So when the other man came out from the bath, he saw that his shoes are not there. And in the dark corner, there was Qasim's shoes was lying. So he understood that the Qasim must have taken his shoes. So he took the Qasim shoes and he went to Qasim's shop. Thief, he roared, give me my shoes. Qasim had to give the man his shoes. So that man went to the Qasim shoes and he roared. Roared means he shouted like anything. He shouted, thief, give me back my shoes. So Qasim had to give him back his shoes. If you steal my shoes again, I shall call the police, said the owner of the shoes. Now take your shoes. The angry man shouted at Qasim. Qasim was angry and ashamed. He threw the shoes over his garden wall. So when that man came, that man shouted very badly on Qasim. And he warned Qasim that if you again steal my shoes, then I will call the police. So as that man shouted a lot on Qasim, Qasim felt very angry and ashamed. Ashamed means very embarrassed, okay? Because that man shouted very badly on Qasim. So in anger, Qasim threw his shoes over the garden wall, okay? An old lady was hit on the road and she died. So when Qasim threw his shoes over the garden wall, it hit on a old woman who was passing from there. So that shoes hit on that old lady and that old lady died. Her family shouted, murder! The police looked at the shoes and they recognized them at once. So Qasim was arrested. So when that old lady's family shouted, murder, murder, okay? So the police came and by seeing the shoes, they have understood that these are the shoes of Qasim. So they arrested Qasim and took to the police station. The judge said to Qasim, either pay 20,000 gold pieces to the murdered woman's family or you will be hanged. So the judge said to Qasim that you have to pay 20,000 gold pieces to the murdered family, to the old lady's family who is dead. To that family you have to pay this much money, otherwise you will be hanged. Qasim paid 20,000 gold pieces and was free again. He took off his shoes and jumped on them, kicked them and threw them into the river. So Qasim paid that much money and he was free and came out from the police station. But he was very angry with his shoes. So he threw his shoes into the river. The fish ate the shoes and died one day. The fisherman found shoes in his net. They were so heavy that the net got torn and all the fish escaped. The fisherman was left with the shoes, Qasim's shoes. He shouted, Qasim will pay for my net. What happened? When Qasim threw his shoes into the river, one fish ate the shoes and that fish also died. So a fisherman found the shoes in the net, but the shoes was too heavy that net got torn. And the fisherman became very angry. He understood that these are Qasim's shoes, okay? And he shouted that I will take money from Qasim because my net is torn because of Qasim's shoes. The fisherman was a huge and strong man. He took the shoes to Qasim's shop and threw them against the wall. Glass bottles fell from the shelves. So that fisherman was very huge and very strong man, okay? And he was very angry. He went to the Qasim shoes and threw the shoes into the wall. And in the Qasim shop there was glass bottles. So many glass bottles fell from the shelf and they all broken. Okay. Your shoes tore my net, yelled the fisherman. He picked up Qasim in a huge hand and shook him like a rat. So that man also came to the Qasim shop and he also started shouting that you have to pay for my net because your shoes tore my net. So again Qasim had to pay for the fisherman's net. After the fisherman had left, Qasim buried the shoes in the garden. Soon the news spread in the town that Qasim had buried a treasure in the garden. So a crowd of people were seen looking for it. So what Qasim did when the fisherman left, Qasim he buried the shoes. Means he put the shoes under the ground. Okay. But when he was putting his shoes under the ground, somebody saw it. And he spread the news that Qasim has put all his money, all his wealth, all his treasure inside the garden. So a big crowd of people came in the Qasim's garden and they started searching for it. Okay. But Qasim told them again and again that there is no treasure, only I buried my shoes. But nobody believed him. No one believed him, and eventually Qasim paid each one of them a gold coin to get rid of them. So to get rid of these crowd people, this crowd, he had to pay one gold coin to each people that take this gold coin and go from my house because I have not buried any treasure in my garden. Qasim picked up his shoes in despair and ran into the judge's office. So the Qasim was very sad, okay, because his shoes was giving too much trouble to him. So Qasim picked up his shoes and went to judge's house. What can I do with these terrible shoes? He asked. He begged the judge to send his shoes to prison. From today, I have no shoes. Please write in your report, your lordship, that Qasim does not own any shoes. He hasn't any money either. So Qasim went to judge and he said that I am tired of my shoes. These shoes are terrible. So you please keep my shoes in the prison. And please tell everybody that Qasim don't have any shoes and I don't have any money also, because he want to get rid of his shoes. The judge watched Qasim go. The miserly old man was walking barefoot. He has learnt a lesson, the judge said to his servant. But keep the shoes. If Qasim is mean and miserly again, we will show him the shoes. So judge saw that Qasim is going barefoot. Barefoot means without shoes. Okay. He left the shoes in the judge's house and the Qasim went. So by this, Qasim learnt a big lesson. So judge is saying that, but we have to keep the shoes with us. If Qasim will be miser again, then we will show him. We will remind him by showing his old shoes. So students, have you enjoyed the story? Is it clear to you all? Thank you.